Can you hear the birds? Can you see the green? Right now, I am not out in the woods. I'm just in the world. I'm in the truth. Everything here represents truth. There is nothing but this. When all humans are gone, this is what will be. You can't destroy this. That's the funny thing. There is always light and dark, and an equal and opposite reaction. There is always a heaven and a hell, and a yin and yang. You cannot hide the truth, but you can bend it, you can distort it, you can shield it, but the truth is always there. You can see a liar when you can see a liar. You can feel them. You can just detect. Every single continent on the planet, every single piece of the planet, the oceans, every bit of it, has this. The trees grow on the soil. The soil contains the worms. There is life at the structure of the ground, the bugs, the birds, the deer, the shrubs, the edible food even. Like even look at this. This beautiful plant here. This be hedgerow garlic. Now, this whole environment is built so something and everything can thrive in it. The trees talk to each other. The mycelium connects them in that way. They don't speak verbally, but they speak in the language of vibration. And that vibrational language is love. They share their nutrients with one another. The shrubs on the ground share the nutrients with the trees. They contribute to whatever needs it, and they communicate thus, living in a harmonious and symbiotic relationship. This is the only truth there is. This is the truth of the universe. This is the truth of creation itself. Wherever you want to call it, the Big Bang, God, Yahweh, Buddha, Allah, you can call it whatever. And the truth is the same at the singularity. The singularity is the one true observer, the one true life form, which is consciousness. Consciousness embeds itself wherever it can, infinitely, forever, by being everything and all at the same time, transcending time, transcending space. Now, what can this teach us about us humans? Well, first of all, can we do that? As humans, no. Not as a structural survival species, not as something that has a need to put on a mask and pretend to be something, to put on certain clothes, to walk a certain way. No. But take off the mask and be the exact thing which you are, which is another part of this forest, another symbiote. There is no difference between me and the tree. There is no difference between me and the ground. There's no difference between me and the air. There's no difference between the ant colony and me. It's all the same thing. Now, the reason I've worn black today in my regular 1010 uniform for the channel is I'm representing the yin and the yang at this current moment. You see this beautiful lush forest. You can see over here we have the light peering through the canopy. It's breathtaking, it's gorgeous, it's incredible. Literally the light is shining on me. I am in heaven right now. All of these trees are in heaven. because they are in a state of presence. Now, I'm in a state of truth right now, but I am also half out of that truth because I am being in a place where I'm constructing a reality in order to get across to you. I'm having to use my ego to manifest as a human in human language to explain this to you through separateness in order to get you to understand oneness. Whether you get 3-4 trees and then a bunch of stinging nettles on a patch of dirt on an island, would you call that an island with a forest on it? Or would you call it a small patch of land in the middle of the water with 3-4 trees and some stinging nettles and some soil? Because the second you add 5 trees, 10 trees, 30 trees on soil with stinging nettles, suddenly it becomes a forest. Which means it becomes one thing. Which means that symbiosis starts all over again. Whereas you get a city in the human world, you get a city full of people, and everyone's an individual. Everybody's different, everyone's walking a certain way, everyone's got a different costume, everyone's got a different structure, a different integrity, a different mood. And what we have here is something called an aggregor. Now, the human race is a series of aggregors creating one big aggregor. Now, what an aggregor is the ego. Every single human has an ego. Every single human has told a story from another story, from another story, from another story. The human race is built on a massive mass ego. Now, what the ego is not an entity. It's not a thing in your head. It's not a microchip. It's not a being at all. You are the observer, then you have these bones and this body, and you have your soul inside piloting this vessel, this piece of very advanced godly machinery. But what the ego is a story. It's an activity, it's a noun. It's created out of just going, well, I'm separate, which means I'm lacking. And if I'm lacking, that means I'm over here and you're over there. Whereas this tree and this tree are connected in one and the same. They are separate trees, but they are connected all together. Like Lego. They may be separate bricks, but they're connected. Whereas what the human race has done has gone, we are all these individual Lego bricks, which are not connected. We are separate, and we all have different purposes. Some people are kings. Some people are politicians, some people are slaves, some people are homeless. You have these different structures in society. You don't see that with trees. You don't see one tree better than the other tree, creating a mask, showing its way. The only thing you see with trees is you see they will grow differently depending on where the wind is, depending on where the sun is pointing, depending on where the nutrients is in the soil. The trees are just dancing. They're dancing the breath of life constantly. And this is where meditation comes from, is from the breath of life. This is why the monks do it. This is why monks are always still and in breath work and in meditation, because that is presence. It's doing nothing. The human race is busy walking around, trying to do this and become something and wiggle about, when it's not actually dancing with nature. Because what dancing with nature is this. It's being still, but also moving in a way where it is going, I'm still, but I am of service. I'm not still out of impatience or stropping or being tense. I'm still and I am just sharing. I am allowing to be shared with and share with others. I'm in this. And this is where we get into heaven and hell. We have our breath of life, which is here. Our inhale, our exhale. This is the Yahweh sound, which is the name of God in the Bible. Then you have heaven, which is looking above. You see this beautiful light of the tree canopy. You look above you, you have the fruits of life. Now, this is not the apple of temptation. This is simply the fruits and the sharing of the tree to me. And what can I give the tree in return? Perhaps I spit on the floor, I give saliva. Perhaps I just sit with the tree. Perhaps I share my thoughts with the tree. Perhaps I just am still. Or perhaps I leave the tree alone entirely. You know, the tree is not looking for an exchange, whereas it doesn't mind it and it will embrace that. But me taking the apple from it, it was a gift anyway. So we have this heaven here. We have our Garden of Eden. We have our breath of life. We have our open arms. We have our hug, our loving, our embracing, our kindness, our sharing. Maybe I share with the tree shares with me, takes an apple, I share it with an other. Whereas you have this other side of things, the dark side of the yin and yang. You have the underbelly, where although the tree in heaven, of course, easily obtainable, you can just take the apple and go with it. You have the human race, which is, we must stop you, we must clear this land, we must find what's on the floor, we must look downwards. I see this in English culture, even with the weather. A tree does not mind if it rains or if it's sunny. A tree embraces both of it because that is the natural formation of life. It's happy regardless. Whereas a human, especially in England, will go, oh, it's raining, which means now we're down, which means our heads are down, which means we're very sad and it sucks. Very few people, and this is part of the aggregor, it's the collective consciousness going, rainy day must be terrible. And then the collective consciousness going, sunny day must be great, we feel better when it's sunny. But yet, how is that true? It is just a shared perspective that is a conditional one that is going over and over and over again by many people telling the same story. So, what is the purpose of hell? Why do we have this? We have hell to understand that there is nothing to look for down there. This is where addiction thrives. This is where violence thrives. This is where separateness thrives. It's down here, looking down on people from the throne. The separateness, looking down at the people, the followers, trying to big ourselves up, when all we have to do is actually just look up and look around us and look at everyone equally together. That is the game here. And as a human collective, we seem to have forgotten this. And of course, we forgot about it in order to survive, because of course the human race is the most important thing in the world and it has to survive. But what we forget is that nature is nature. Nature was here before and nature will be here after us. And what was going to happen, I imagine, is the world first of all has to go through the phase of hell. At the moment there's people that seem to be waking up or claiming to be, but that's just general word of mouth, that's just another program. We can say we're all going to become enlightened in this thing, but are we actually doing it? Or are we still separate? You know, lots of people are saying they're some spiritual person, they go and invest in all this love, but do they do it when it comes down to it? That survival mechanism often brings us back. But those more segregated cultures around the world seem to have that loving embrace environment. For example, I had a beautiful barbecue with my friends the other day. One is from the island Timor and one is from Portugal. These are really good friends of mine and they are, in their cultures, so loving, they're so inclusive, they're so together and they share. And I was not used to this amount of love, not used to this amount of care and dedication. And even just checking in with me so frequently, it was beautiful. In England, we give the cold shoulder, we separate. And the only talking we do is to break the awkwardness that is around. So it's interesting, like seeing this throughout the human race. And even you look on the TV, you look on Netflix, you look on YouTube, you look on any social media platform, everyone's trying to figure out the ancient cultures, the pyramids and all of this stuff, and trying to find that lost technology. That lost technology is right here. That's what I'm trying to say here. We are here already. There's nothing to look for. There's nothing that is going to dig up and tell us anything more. We simply have to let go of this human game. It's no different from bullying. Like, a bully has to let go of the fact that a bully is scared. A bully is scared to be vulnerable, scared to be part of something. So it creates separation. There is no bullying in the woods. The bullying doesn't happen. Now, wild garlic and this delicious apple. That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. If there's one thing you can take from this video, don't look at this video as I'm some profound weirdo tree hugger, or go live in the woods, go and do this. Simply look at nature. That is the way we're supposed to be. That's it. Look at nature and that will give the answer of how you're supposed to live. Don't look at society. Don't look at the trends. Don't look at this bullshit. Don't look at AI. Don't look at any of this nonsense, because none of it is real. All of it is a construct. All of it. It is a fabrication and invention to keep you locked in with the selfishness, which is the human condition, which is the aggregor, the ego entity, which has been created through generations. 2,000 years ago, this isn't what people were doing. People knew all of this stuff, and they were just in line. Do yourself a favour and go get some seeds, go get some soil, and plant a plant, and watch it grow, and watch what it does. And then plant another one, see how that one grows. Look at your environment. Look at how it shapes you. Look at the people you surround yourself with. Look at the kind of career you're in, or the environment you have strived to try and get yourself closer to. Does it actually go against your nature, or does it actually go with your nature? This is delicious. Go to a forest, you're going to get more flavour than you would in any supermarket you'll ever find. Because that's the natural flavour of things. KFC. You know, I could be one of those people that will regurgitate everyone else's words and go, oh, what about a vape pen with blueberry ice fizz? You know, I noticed that in this internet society, all we have is people repeating each other. No one's original, no one's on a podcast talking any sense, everyone's just saying the same old shit with no truth. Everyone's just talking bollocks. Do you see? That's delicious. That's pretty damn special.